So first let's see the diagonal patterns of upper extremity. Upper extremity D1 flexion pattern. Flexion adduction with external rotation. Example in combing hair on left side of head with right hand. Upper extremity D1 extension pattern. Extension abduction with internal rotation. Example in pushing a car door open from inside. So this is the D1 flexion and extension pattern of upper extremity. Next comes upper extremity D2 flexion pattern. Flexion abduction with external rotation. Example in lifting racket in tennis serve. Then upper extremity D2 extension pattern. Extension adduction with internal rotation. Example hitting ball in tennis serve. So this is the D2 flexion extension pattern of upper extremity. Now let's see the diagonal patterns of lower extremity. Lower extremity D1 flexion pattern. Flexion adduction with external rotation. Example putting on shoes with legs crossed. Lower extremity D1 extension pattern. Extension abduction with internal rotation. Example putting leg into pants. So this is the D1 flexion extension pattern of lower extremity. Next comes the D2 patterns of lower extremity. Lower extremity D2 flexion pattern. Flexion abduction with internal rotation. Example in karate kicks. Then lower extremity D2 extension pattern. Extension adduction with external rotation. So this is the D2 flexion extension pattern of lower extremity. Now let's see the neck patterns. First one is neck flexion with rotation to the right, that is bringing head downwards and facing right. Second one is neck extension with rotation towards the left, that is bringing the head backwards and facing left. Now let's watch the trunk patterns. Trunk patterns are divided into upper trunk patterns and lower trunk patterns. Upper trunk patterns. First is flexion with rotation to the left. Example in chopping, that is moving the upper trunk downwards and rotating it leftwards. Second is extension with rotation to the right. Example in lifting, that is moving the upper trunk backwards and rotating it rightwards. Now lower trunk patterns. It is done in supine lying position. First is flexion with rotation to the left and second is extension with rotation to the right. So this is the lower trunk pattern.